Hey chat, how are we doing? Welcome. Welcome, Blue Fleet. Hi Sans, thank you for the resub by the way, my friend. Thank you, much appreciated. How are we doing tonight? We're playing Ace Attorney. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, that is. Not normal Ace Attorney. No, this is the one with the spiky head get. Well, the slightly spiky head get. You see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying, I hope. I hope I'm making sense now. I kind of feel a little bit out of it, but it might be because I've been overdoing the throat sweets. I'm hoping there's not going to be quite so much trucy in this stream, because otherwise I might die. I just might die. No, but in seriousness, I hope you're all doing alright. I mentioned on Twitter, right, we need to have a little talk. We might as well get this out of the way now, because it's a bit of a brainwave. It's nothing to worry about, right? It's not. I'm not like graduating or anything stupid like that. I'm not going corpo. I'm not doing anything dumbass, right? What I wanted to talk to you about, chat, was a little bit of a problem I've got, and it's like the best kind of problem to have. So, the problem I've got right now is I'm oversaturated. I've got too much to do, too much to play, right? So you know we got like Macabre Mondays, and we've got, say, Resident Evil on at the minute, for example. And then Resident Evil 0, we've got Haunting Ground to get through to at some point, and Reverse Collapse Codename Bakery's just been announced with the release date 23rd of March, and with Tomb Raider, well, we're only about halfway through the first game, so we've still got like probably 3. And then I just started Yakuza 0, pretty long game, and then Stardew's got a new expansion. Well, I say expansion update with more stuff coming out on, I think it's the 16th of March. So we're oversaturated. I need to make a decision as to like what we're actually going to be playing. We'll get to that though. I just wanted to get that off my chest a little bit. Like I got a bit frustrated and I was like, I've got too much shit to play and I ain't got enough time to do it. Right? I ain't got enough time to do it. We might move JRPGs to Sunday, and we might start doing like Stardew Saturday or something like that. But Investigation Day 2. The legwork begins. That seems to be where we were up to last time. Let's jump in. Let's jump on in. Is this the right place? Is this where we left off? I think it is. I mean, any scene that brings us face to face with Emma Sky is a good scene in my book. Okay. So, let's remind myself what we'd done last time. So we found the igniter. Emits a flame when triggered by remote control. Okay. We return to the case that revolves around how did that 14-year-old shoot a 45? All these little parts, it's pretty complex. I'm guessing this is where the fire comes out. Other than that,
good thing machines run even if we don't know how they work. That's what Daddy always says.
Not really a saying you want to go around repeating, Drusy. Okay. Now, I think last time we'd established that this was an igniter. Let me just quickly, because I'm sure this is the, yeah, this is the latest save that we had. All right. It's no 50 Smith & Wesson, but still one hell of a gun. Yeah. I mean, a 45 revolver. I mean, let's just have a look at it again. You know, look at the size of this thing. It's big, it's long. It's a, oh, yeah, it's a cola, isn't it? I remember, it's a cola. Alright. Let's see if there's any conversations we need to trigger off. So we spoke to Lamira last time. I don't think there's any... No, we've gone through all of the topics of conversation with her. How big are Desert Eagles? Desert Eagle is 50 caliber. You can get a 357 caliber Desert Eagle, but like the traditional caliber for the weapon is 50. It's a 50 BMG. Right. Ow! Ow! That kind of hurt. Just randomly bonked me. Okay. That's one big handgun, yeah. A desert eagle is like not a. Hey Cyber, how are you doing? Welcome back. You weren't able to watch last week. What have you missed? So we've sort of proven that the Twink didn't do it, but we haven't proven that he didn't do it. And now they're saying the Twink done it, and we're like, the Twink definitely did not do it. And it's like, who did do it then? Maybe, despite his twinkish looks, he's just got a massive, massive, massive piece. And that piece just happens to be a 45 caliber revolver. I don't know. You know, it's not really for me to judge. But we are at the point where we've just found the bug with, or what we think is a bug, but the igniter. Yeah, we found this. We've got the forum diagram. So we know that something could have triggered off something through here. After Buffsky, Buffsky the Vampire Slayer. Buffsky the Vampire Layer. Oh, moly moly. Excuse me. Right. Ow. We need to work out where we're going. Oh yeah, this guy. I forgot about this motherfucker. This porn star looking ass. Okay. So there's one of a few things we need to do. Oh, there we go. We found it. What? Come to laugh at the murderer?
Dorian!
That old bag opens her pothole and wham bam, my life goes on the chute. Thanks. Claims his name is Darian Crescend. No. This is the child of Josuke Jojo from Part 4 and Gawagura of Whole Life Productions. Look. The quiff. The shark. The quiff. The shark. The quiff. The shark. You cannot tell me this is not the offspring of Goombas. Excuse me, man. I need to have a swig of my water already. Oh, dear. We might need to change his voice up a little bit today. He'll whip you with that pompadour of his. Shit hairstyle. Hairstyle, dude. You thought it was Sharpedo and Gura. I mean... Yeah, but... that implies that Goombas does it with, like, non-humans and fish. And if Goombas does it with fish, then that means that she's Troy McClure. Oh, no. Oh, no. Trix, what have you done? What have you done? Hey. Ow. Anyway, hello, Trix, and hello, Eric. Welcome to the stream.
So about your alibi.
You have to ask. The shooting happened right in the middle of the third set. That's right. The music was blaring when we had those gunshots. And found Mr. Latouche dead. I've got 10,000 witnesses who saw me too. Right there on that stage.
Your guitar playing was something else.
Thanks, little lady. See? This whole thing is a sham. I can't believe they didn't let me work. There's no need to yell at me. It's Lamarar's fault. Why is his hair floppy? So, when a shark sees something sexy, because he's a figurative and literal dickhead. You know what? No, let's go with what Hades said. That's funnier. That's a lot funnier than what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, you got gifted a sub. It was by Tricky Timothy yesterday. Yeah. Tim is very generous when it comes to doling out gift subs. I'm not surprised that you've been hit at some point. But yeah. Yeah. Animated emotes. You got him. Beautiful. She was the one who said she heard his voice at the moment of the crime. Man, I never even talked to that old windbag. How could she possibly identify me? You earned that for the Laurelin kill. Yeah.
They won't let you work.
He won't let me work. Gavin says I gotta lie low till the suspicion's cleared. What suspicion? He was such a stick in the mud.
Mr. Gavin, a stick in the mud.
He may look all fleshy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed. You hear him whining the other day? Oh, you mean the thing with the mixing bowl? And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Darian. He's just a perfectionist is all. Not a bad guy, really.
Well, I think the Gaviners are the best. I have all your albums.
The band's fine, too. Gavin can write a good tune, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Prosecutor Gavin around much. Oh, him? He's down at the prosecutor's office, most likely. Prosecutor's office? I've never been there, have I? The data on the victim should have come in from Interpol. Normally I'd be down there dealing with it. Normally.
Apollo, let's go check it out. I've always wanted to see a prosecutor's office.
Maybe this wasn't such a bad idea.
Right on.
Say hi for me, okay? Oh, and screw you. He's a JoJo character. And tell him I went into that crime scene. We'll be going now. Hey, wait. Yeah? What do you really think happened? Really? You don't think I did it, right? Well, great. Way to instill a guy with some confidence. Just remember, I was ripping it up on stage when it happened, okay? Ripping. You know, in the UK, ripping is like a euphemism for dropping the nastiest fucking fart. It's like if I'm at the band practice space and, you know, one of the guys just like absolutely just shits the fucking bed everywhere. So, oh, fuck it. Just rip one out. Just absolutely just rip one out. And I tell you what. No, Hades, this is an actual thing that happens at band practice. Like, my band practice space is fucking gross. You know, the amount of farting that happens in that room is just disgusting. But, anyway. Don't get led astray by some siren song, eh? Get this one wrong. You've been eating humble pie for a year. I'll bake it myself.
Let's not talk to him anymore, alright?
Detective Darian Crescent. He's one stone I'd leave unturned if I had a choice. We go to the prosecutor's office? Gavin's office. Okay. Ah, interesting. This is a weird-looking office.
So, this is it. The Gaviner's head office.
It's not the band's office, it's the prosecutor's office. Yeah, so that's why I'm asking, what is this creepy thing? Object, whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone.
Oh, well, guess we'll have to come back. Or we can hide behind that bookshelf real quiet like.
That's eavesdropping.
Why? We'd just be waiting, quietly, so he won't notice. What if we heard something scandalous about the band?
She'd make a good reporter for a gossip mag. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place? Yeah, Lotus. Lotus? Look, don't talk to me about those Borginians, okay? Just give me that report, chop chop. And stop leaving mysterious objects in my office, okay? It's times like this when I start to miss Darian.
Hiya. Tee, just thought we'd drop in. Hope you're not mad.
How could I be? There's not enough tea in the world in any case. Have a seat. Prosecutor Gavin, the philanthropist.
Watch and learn, Apollo.
So, who have you come to see?
Huh?
Clavier, lead vocalist for the Gaviners? Or Prosecutor Gavin, scourge of the courtroom?
What do you think he means, Apollo?
I think he's giving us a choice. We can either ask him about the concert or the case. Which way to go? Okay. This is a tricky choice, chat. Can we ask him about both? The case, the guitar serenade, the case. Let's ask him about the guitar.
I really love that song. It's got such a great atmosphere to it.
You co-wrote it with Lamira, if I remember correctly. That's right. It was last year. I had gone to tour Virginia's legal system, as a matter of fact.
And that's when you heard Lemira's voice?
Por qui no los dos. Nihongo Jozo. Heidizu-san. White English guy tries to speak literally any language that isn't English. Challenge level impossible. No, would I pronounce that Por qué no los dos? I don't speak Spanish, by the way, so my pronunciation is probably well off. Also, that was incredibly cursed Japanese. Yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it? I'm glad you thought so. It was at a small jazz club. I wept that night. I knew I had to meet her, to talk with her. So I used my influence, which is not inconsiderable, to arrange a meeting.
Wow, prosecutors really have a lot of clout.
I think he's a sort of special case, Drucy. Thankfully, she liked the work I did, and we wrote a song right there backstage. Oh, he shagged her. That's what that means. He shagged her. He shagged her. I mean, if he's a Bring Me the Horizon fan, he probably pissed on her as well. What? You can throw as many flame tanks as you want at me, Hades. You can't change the truth. Ow! Marcione piano, that dulcet voice. And myself on guitar that I borrowed from Lamera.
And music history were made. Probably not an experience your average lawyer would ever have, like Apollo say.
It is a memory I hold dear, and the song we wrote that night was this. And that very guitar is right over there. You mean, this charred lump?
Don't call it a lump, that's a piece of history.
Hold on. Wait. Am I seeing things? They've got the same hair flex. Look. And they've got this. No. No.
It's only brown, not really charred.
No matter. I shall never sing that song again. I wouldn't have used that guitar again either, even if I could have. What happened during that song anyway? Why did his guitar suddenly catch on fire?
Do you think you could show it to us? Your charred, slightly burnt guitar?
I'm sure he doesn't mind. What more could happen to it? See, I'm probably overcooking this, but is it just me, or do Trucy and Lamorau look, like, oddly similar? I mean, it's probably just like the game has a limited amount of faces it can draw, and there's bound to be some similarities of it. You have to wait for 4-4. I haven't done it again, have I, Hades? I haven't done it again, have I? Anime, yeah, they're saber faces. They're saber faces, that's what it is. Oh, no, but you won't say anything else. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Hey, I am just a little guy. You know it. Let's all post little guys in the chat. There we go. Yeah, we're all posting little guys. Amazing. Let's talk to him about the case. Okay. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see the paper today?
Yeah. I always read the TV section.
Good girl. How about your hair forehead? I read the funnies. Then you will not have seen this. Concert of Tragedy, the prosecutor's deadly song.
Oh, is that a new show? I haven't heard about that one.
It's not a show, it's an article. News, you know.
Oh, does this have anything to do with the case?
Since getting back from the trial, my phone has been ringing off the hook. How does it feel to take a man's life with this song? Have you ever hummed a man all the way to death row? Do you think you could sing for me over the phone? It is endless, thanks to the case you made today, of course. You use points for that. Hey.
Oh, that was Apollo's idea. Hey.
Is that a newspaper over there too? Ah yes, the Borginian Daily Bugle. Go ahead, take a look. Thanks, but I can't read Borginian. Oh, that's right. Suffice it to say that this is big news over there as well. Though they didn't go so far as to mention the lyrics to my song.
Probably no one in Borginia could believe it.
It's probably seen as just a theory at this point. The journalist did not need to mention it. That makes sense. I hardly know what to think of it myself. Cyber, why did you do this? Now I've got to sing every line they speak for 5 minutes. Okay, it's 1818. We will stop singing at 1823. Borginian newspaper added to the court record. Lamira's testimony will probably be in the evening edition, I'd imagine. Which is why I've had Darian step down from the investigation for now.
Yeah, we ran into him moping in front of the Colosseum.
Lamira was my invited guest, so it is a rather delicate situation. You understand how much I want to solve this case, quickly if possible. I suppose I do. Ow! Why have you thrown Rick Astley at me? Why? What did I do? I'm just a little guy. Come on. Why'd you want to fight me? So shall we show him the igniter? Let's do it. This fucking thing burned your guitar. My apologies, but there's no way I'm going to talk details about the case with you. If you want to get my attention, bring me something dramatic. This is what set your guitar on fire, you stupid motherfucker. You wanted to see if I'd sing my pain? Well, I am in pain, somewhat. My voice is not quite as strong as I'd like it to be. That's mostly through to overuse at work. Okay, I'm not here to get your attention, Gavin. I'm here to get your information. Let's show him this. Prosecutor Gavin, about this remote... Wait. Excuse me, did you say something? This remote control might be valuable ammunition for the trial tomorrow. It's too early to show my hand now. You would think someone with such a loud voice would speak more clearly, yeah. That's curious. I would have expected we could say your guitar fucking caught on fire, but apparently not. Shall we show him this? He doesn't want to see that. Curious. Shall we show him this? He doesn't want to talk about that. He wants something dramatic. Should we show him this? That looks like one of our Attorney's new headsets. Why are you wearing it, Fraulein?
I thought it'd be cool. I could pretend I was concert security and stuff.
Actually, we found it at the venue and thought you might want it. Oh no, please, you keep it. It goes well with your cape, Fraulein.
Teehee, you think?
She does look like she belongs on a stage, that's for sure. She's a fucking nerd. She's a bit of a dweeb. So let's have a look at this Virginian newspaper. I have no idea what the fuck this says. Where the fuck is Virginia to have such a weird script? It almost looks Greek, but kind of fucked up Greek. It's like Greek if Greek was on cocaine. Yes, lots and lots of cocaine. So much cocaine, snorty snorty. We need to show him something dramatic. I don't think we have anything dramatic. So maybe we need to go elsewhere. Should we try the detention centre? No, he's just staring at us like some Michael Jackson-ass motherfucker. Go to the office and examine it? Okay, let's do that. Okay, what the fuck is this?
What's that on the plate there?
Is that gum?
Gum?
Maybe he was chewing it when the phone rang, so he put it on the plate for later consumption.
You think a rock star could afford a fresh stick?
Don't jump to any conclusions now. That's no chewing gum. Take a closer look. Although I really shouldn't be offering, should I? What is that? It looks like a lump of plastic.
Wait, that phone call?
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking. What is this creepy thing, object? Whatever. Looks like Prosecutor Gavin is on the phone. What? A replica? So why was he after it in the first place, yeah, Latouche? Prosecutor Gavin, does this have something to do with Mr. Latouche? Wait a second. You were listening to my phone call, weren't you?
Who? Us? I tried to stop him, really, but he forced me to.
Hey, you were the one digging for a scandal, Miss Reporter. To tell the truth, I'm not even sure what it is. But apparently it's a model of something undercover agent Mr. Latouche was after.
This lump.
Would you mind telling us what you do know about it? Okay. That's a lot of guitars. That one is fucked. That's a fucking speaker, that's not a table. This hardly seems like a prosecutor's office. I'm very disturbed. Okay, let's talk to him about the lump. Okay, Sing mode can disengage now. Sing mode can no longer be engaged until 23 minutes past 7 PM. Okay? Whew. Let's have a quick swig of... oh, I've got some tea left, hold on. Delicious. Alright. So, tell me about T-Pose. Oh, you know it. Cool table. Would be a shame if someone to play it at max volume. Holy shit, imagine. Oh, I forgot to mention, chat. While I've got a moment I'm thinking on it, I'll mention this now. I bought a ticket for VTuber Expo in Birmingham in August. So I'm going to be going to Vexpo. I'm pumped for that. I'm fucking pumped for that. I've never been to a VTuber convention before. I'm going for all 3 days. So I need to sort out my accommodation, but I'm pretty sure I can sort like a travel lodge for pretty cheap. You know, it's like £30 a night or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to a convention. Sweet. Time to save up for some merch, huh? Okay. This was found in Mr. Latus's bag. It's apparently a replica of something. A replica? Huh. Alright, I'll behave. It's a small lump about 1.5 inches long. We analysed it, but there's not much to say other than it's a lump of plastic. Perhaps it was to be used in the identification of whatever it is a replica of. You mean, whatever Mr. Latus was after? We're going to Birmingham! Yeah. Yeah. What was that song? That was Replica by Fear Factory. It's the... it's kind of like the most accessible song on Demanufacture. It's a pretty good song though. Like, it's a pretty good song. And it's like the chorus is very singable because it's right in my vocal range. I don't think I should sing it right now because my vocal cords, I can feel them tightening up. I didn't do any sort of vocal warm-up before I went live, and I really need to look up an actual vocal warm-up to do. So we'll come to that at some point, I'm sure.
Well, what is it?
Don't ask me, Fraulein.
Oh, if you don't want to tell us, you can just say so.
I've put in a request to Interpol via my contacts in Virginia, but apparently there is a block on information somewhere along the chain.
Oh.
There's something either Interpol or Virginia doesn't want to share. Something about this little piece of plastic. Mr. Latus went through all that trouble to become Lamara's manager. Just to come to this country to find out more about this lump? This lump? This lovely lady lump. Check it out. Or don't, that would be more fun. And he died for it. I've sent someone to the Colosseum to fetch Lamira. Let's have a look at this thing. Sample. Sample, huh? Think they put a big enough label on it?
Maybe it's to keep people from eating it by mistake.
Yeah, they might think it was an otherwise tasty, multicoloured lump of plastic.
Maybe it's the manufacturer. Sample toys when you can't afford the real thing.
Sounds like a company Mr. Wright would like. Perhaps she knows something about it being a Borginian. Okay. Maybe we should take this to Emma, because if it's science-based, she'll know. Backstage. Yeah. Oh. Lamira's gone. This place is deserted.
I wonder where Lamira went off to.
I'm sure she's okay on her own. She seems resourceful.
Oh, I guess. But I can't help but worry about her a little.
Yay, she's still here. Okay. Here's my present to you. Take this present. Do you think you could take a look at this, Emma? Oh. We've been snackooed. Okay. You're thinking Machi. Alright. Well, I guess that's as good an idea as any. Alright. Did I examine Charlie? Yes. Give me just 1 second, chat. I just need to do something real quick. There we go. There we go. I threw out the object. Right, to the detention centre. Oh, he's gone. Where's he gone?
Looks like Marchie's in questioning.
Oh, police must have a Virginian interpreter. That's not fair. I wish we could talk to him.
Oh, I guess we'll just have to come back later if we want to see him.
I guess so. That was a really good idea, Hades, but obviously the game doesn't want us to do that. Have we shown him this? He doesn't want to... He's given us that lump of plastic and he just don't want to talk about it. The only other person I can think of who might be about is Magic Banana. Should we find the Magic Banana? Hey, the Magic Banana's still here. Excellent. Right, what's this Magic Banana man? What was his voice again? I forgot what his voice was like. Oh, yeah, it's kind of like a Western sort of voice. Words cannot express my shock and chagrin. All I can see before me is this stage of mere opponent. We've gone through that dialogue, so... No. Okay. What do we need to do here, then? He's the only person who's left around. No, he's not going to talk to us about that. So, has he got any more... No, he's not got any more conversations to go through. Alright. So where do we need to go then, chat? Maybe the governor's dressing room? No. Where could what we need be? That's the question. Hey, Aaron, you were hell diving. Ah, no worries, no worries. I hope you were bringing super democracy to insects and robots. I hope that's what you were doing. If you weren't bringing super democracy to insects and robots, then, well, I'm afraid that there's a big smack on the bottom awaiting you back on Super Earth. I don't make the rules. All right, I don't make the rules. So, just to clue you in, we have just been handed Prosecutor Gavin's butt plug, which was that. Space Vietnam wasn't merciful today. Did I see something about, like, does that game have, like, a global server that changes as different things happen? I've seen a lot of people talking about something has fallen. It does. That's neat. That's neat. So it's an actual war effort then. That's pretty cool. I mean, now that I'm working... now that my wife is working full-time again, I've got the chance to. I might look at getting it at some point. I know that Fi was on at me to pick up a copy when I get a chance to. So once I'm sorted for Vexpo, I might see how I go for money then, because I get paid in exactly, I think it's 3 weeks today. Yeah, I get paid 3 weeks today, so... But yeah, like I said, we've just got Prosecutor Gavin's butt plug here. We need to work out who we stick this into. That's the question right now. Who do we stick this butt plug in? The only person who is around for us to speak to, other than Gavin, is the magical banana. Emma hasn't talked to you we've spoken to Emma, but I think we've exhausted all the dialogue with her. So she's at the minute, Emma is in the dressing room. So if we go through to Lamira's dressing room, here she is. Here she is. We need to present more stuff to Clefia. Right, okay. And then will she go on a date with us to the Sunshine Coliseum? I'm all about that, so let's do it. If it wins me a date with my beloved Emma Sky, then sure. Absolutely 100%. Sure. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? Ah, ra, he, lis, chan?
We went a bit yandere then. I'm sorry.
I'm not really sorry.
So you want us to go and present more stuff to Clefia? So he said about something dramatic. These didn't work. Maybe this? Nope, he doesn't want to speak to us about that. The gun? No, he don't want to speak to us about... He wants something dramatic. That's the only clue we've got. But he doesn't want to talk to us about these two things. Or this. I have not examined everything in the office. Let's try that then. Not as dramatic as the fact that it's one of the... Fuck's sake, Hades. That was impressive, but the pyrotechnics that did this.
That's the guitar from the concert, isn't it?
Nep noises, you know it. I thought it was one of the staff playing a gag on me. I never guessed that wasn't the end of it. I had a specialist analyze the guitar incidentally.
Oh, you find anything out?
He didn't have a lot of time, so it's still unclear. But the results he came up with were intriguing. Intriguing? How does that guitar sound to everything that went on?
Sounds like something we should ask about.
Okay, so I think we've got a new dialogue? Yes. It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamera.
How did it end up here?
She gave it to me. I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar's from Borginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamera's studio. Okay. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
See, prosecutors do have a lot of clout.
I still think he's a special case.
Such a valuable guitar. It's too bad it got burnt.
Okay. What was it you were saying earlier? Something about intriguing results from an examination of the guitar?
That's right. What was that all about?
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Oh, so that's what it's called. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact. The examiner is busy with evidence for the case now, however. So he'll be checking this out once he's finished with everything else. Excuse me. Oh, odd. That device looks strangely familiar. Now, I think we can show it to him now. It has to be one of these.
What is it, Apollo?
That device that was found in your guitar. Take a look at this. Why, that looks like the same thing. What is it? It's an igniter.
Another one!
It was at the crime scene in Lamera's dressing room. Detective Sky found it, actually. At the scene of the crime. What could that mean, I wonder? I believe that covers everything I'm at liberty to talk to you about. Oh. Thanks for dropping by, Herr Forehead. Thanks? Why, you gave me so much information. That igniter, for instance. Oh, that. I've never met an attorney so forthcoming with the prosecution. It's a big help. Or perhaps you're just a tad naive. I guess I could have hit it, but somehow showing it felt like the right thing. I could say the same to you, Prosecutor Gavin. Thanks for the information. About the strange lump of plastic. The one that Mr. Latouche was investigating.
Hey, that's right.
I've been thinking, Herr Forehead. We encounter many incidents in our lives, all of us. Not all of them simple. Especially not the ones where people are killing to song lyrics. That is why I try to at least remain simple inside. And I keep a simple goal, to discover the truth. That's why I like to keep relations civil, yeah? That is all. I can live with that. I can live with that.
Mr. Prosecutor?
Fraulein?
Can I ask you why you sing in a band?
Ah, because I want women to turn and look when I walk down the street. That's pretty simple too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Another time, perhaps. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I respect him. Oh, it's Emma. Oh, it's you. You came at a good time. Hi there, Emma. What's up? I thought you know where Lamera is. Well, I saw her in the backstage hallway a while ago. Yeah, that's strange.
What's strange?
I can't find her anywhere. I was supposed to bring her to the prosecutor's office. Lamera's missing. It's hard to imagine her wandering off somewhere on her own. Being that she's blind and all. Yeah. We'll help you look for her. Great, thanks. Actually, Von Karma is based on Dracula. Literally based on Dracula. You see how it goes, right? So we need to try and find her, do we? Alright. Gavin's dressing room? No. Lamira's dressing room? No. Is she off having, like, hot sex with Uncle Banana? Do you bonk the net? True. No! In the wings.
Ah, the stage is pitch dark.
The power breaker must be off for this section. Great.
I'll go get someone. Yipes, it was really dark out there.
Dark. That's all Lamira has when you think about it. What would it be like to live in a world of darkness?
Hey, Apollo.
Hmm? What?
Don't something about the stage seem different to you? Like, something's changed.
Changed?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's bugging me.
No, it's bugging me too. What's she talking about? The piano's not got music on it? What do you think that thing was doing in here?
Throwing things inside pianos can't be good for him.
Not to mention you wouldn't be able to play whatever notes go with the strings it was on. Oh god. Ara is in full Helldiver mode. I should probably be scared. But the piano was fine during the concert. That must mean it was thrown in here after much he'd played.
So maybe someone threw it in here after the second set.
Okay, not that. This?
Hey, that case. Why didn't it open before?
Huh. I guess someone closed it.
Wait, look, where the case closes.
Something's sticking out. That doesn't look like an instrument. You don't think it's...
Let's open it, Apollo.
What?
Ah, Lamira!
What the fuck's she doing in there? Emma! We have to get Emma. What the fuck? Lamira was taken directly to the hospital. Emma ran around barking orders, making phone calls. Trucy just clung to my arm and cried. And me? I was still in shock. 2 bodies in 2 days is too many. What the fuck? Someone would have just, like, walked out with her and then just, like, eaten the body later. Jesus.
Emma, how's Lamira? Is she okay?
Oh, you. We all owe you a big thanks, that's for sure.
So, she's okay?
Yes, she came to a short while ago. You found her before it was too late.
That's good to hear.
So what happened? Someone attacked her. She was struck on the forehead. By who?
We don't know. But they hit her in the forehead, right? That's right in front of her. How could she not see?
Oh. For fuck's sake, Trucy. For fuck's sake, Trucy. Right. Would you like to see her now? Is that alright? She wants to thank you for saving her life. Oh, Lamira. What was her voice like? It was comically deep, wasn't it? Ah, Mr. Attorney, you're the one who found me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm just glad you're okay. Tell me, what happened? You remember it being like an ogre choking on sloppy cock? What? What? Shrek looks you deep in the eye from his position on the ground. That's all I'm gonna know, donkey. Oh my god. I'm having a swig of my water. There we go. There we go. It was after I spoke with you in front of the dressing room. I sent someone approaching. I thought it might be someone coming to see me, but they said nothing. When I went to return to my dressing room, you were hit. I knew that very moment. I knew the assailant was trying to kill me.
No!
It was lucky for me the first blow didn't knock me out. I turned and ran for the stage. Someone was chasing me, I could hear footsteps. Yeah, I reached the stage first. Why the stage? I'd overheard maintenance people talking. The power to the stage area was off, they said, for electrical work.
Oh!
Darkness is my ally. There was a contraband case near the stage. That's where I hid. So the assailant couldn't see you? Once in the case, I'm afraid I passed out. Oh, that sounds like a really close call. Do you have any idea who it might have been? Unfortunately, no. Whoever it was, they said not a word. Too bad. Yet, when I consider I was struck high in the forehead, I must conclude that whoever hit me was taller than I am. Good point. She's sharp.
And you're much taller than I am. You're about as tall as Apollo.
So that means it was likely an adult and probably a man. Could it be him?
But why would anyone attack you, Lamira?
The detective asked me this too. And to her I give the same answer I give you. I do not know. So, while we've got you, Lamira, can you field Prosecutor Gavin's butt plug? I wanted to ask you about this. Do you know what this is? This is what? Mr. Latus was carrying it. It's a replica of the thing he was after. He was after?
You know, in his secret identity. As an undercover agent.
So that's what he was doing. You mean, you know what? Ah, I know, of course. This must be a Borginian cocoon. Or what? Or rather, a convincing replica thereof. Why haven't I heard of a Borginian cocoon before?
Why would he be carrying this around? Was it some kind of souvenir?
I wonder. Well, they call it Borginian. It must only be found in Borginia. For certain, all in Borginia know these.
It's a cocoon, so do you get silk from it?
I do not know the details, I'm sorry to say. I thought she said all in Borginia knew of these. There is one fact I do know about the cocoon, though. Something all in Borginia know. What's that? The cocoons, they're not to be taken out of the country. If someone does and is caught, they'll be put to death.
To death?
Why? I do not know. Yet, if Interpol was involved, I'm sure there's a good reason.
This is just a piece of plastic.
He was carrying a replica, but looking for the real deal. That's my best guess.
So that's what he was up to.
Tracking down Borginian cocoon smuggling.
Smuggling?
It seems I was marked.
Marked?
Life changed for me with the popularity of my songs. I began to travel around the world.
Oh, so you could have brought these Borginian cocoons with you.
On my trips, yes. That was probably the suspicion. And Mr. Latouche was placed as an undercover agent to look into it. Borginia is a small, sheltered country. Not many of our people venture into the world outside.
Is that why they suspected you?
But Mr. Latouche wasn't a Borginian, was he? He was an Interpol agent, which means...
What, Apollo?
There must be some reason why Borginia doesn't want those cocoons getting out. Something scary enough to get Interpol involved.
No, what? How can such a tiny ball of thread cause such a commotion?
Cocoon smuggling. And Mr. Latouche had Lamera marked. It couldn't be her.
Huh?
There's one other person I need to talk to. Thank you for talking to us, Lamera. It was the least I could do. Actually, I have another request. If it is within my power. I need an interpreter. Someone who speaks Borginian.
Apollo?
Would you come with us, if you're well enough? I see. Yes. Yes, of course. I shall accompany you.
Huh? Where are we going?
Come on, Trucy. We're about to get to the bottom of this. Okay. Machi Tabai, can you have a look at this cocaine? Machi, we came to talk to you about the case. Machi. Could you interpret for us, Lamera? Yes. Cocoon, not cocaine? It's the same thing. You know, it's Colombian cocaine, Borginian cocoon, Colombian cocaine. They're the same thing. Machi, I'd like to talk to you about when we first met. When we still thought you were blind. Now we know the truth. You can see, right?
I was completely fooled myself.
Machi, isn't there another secret you're hiding from us? Wait, Mr. Attorney. What do you mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? Well... What do I mean by secret? What do I mean by secret? This? This? This maybe? Do you know what this is? Oh, Mr. Attorney. I don't need a translation to understand that. I'd know that wrong evidence look anywhere. I'd imagine you would. Let's try that again. What do I mean by secret? Well... Igniter? If it's not the trigger, it can't be the igniter. Can it? It's not that. The only other thing I've got is this or this. If I'm not mistaken, you know something about this, don't you? Ah, so it was the obvious thing.
Hey, you got a reaction, a big one.
Machi, you didn't. Trucy and I are trying to see people's uncertainty. Not that we would have needed any training to see that one. I debated myself hard, didn't I? Mr. Attorney, please tell me what this is about. Lamera, please interpret. Very well. I know you know something about this by your reaction. If you won't tell me, I might have to give it to the prosecution. And have them look into it. Very well.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure?
It must cure some disease. It's a cure for incuritis. Are you fucking kidding me? Incuritis. That's almost as... The cocoon's an overlord. Yeah. Let's highlight the cocoon.
Yes. Bradley.
Yeah, it's just Zerg noises again, isn't it? Okay. Incuritis. That's almost as bad as we have to go to the blue place, the place where the blue people live, and take their unobtainium, because otherwise we can't obtain it, because it is unobtainium. Kinel. A cure for incuritis. Okay. Gonna take a lot of pepper to bring it down. Exactly.
But if it's a cure, why keep it in Virginia like that? Just think of all the lives they can save by sharing the medicine.
I do not understand the reasons myself. Okay, well, at least we know what it is. A cure. And Mr. Latus was after cocoon smoke. Wait. Wasn't the Chief Justice's son dying of some illness? Wait, was Marchie? Marchie, you weren't.
He couldn't be a smuggler. He's so little.
He was hiding it up his bum. Wait, was he? No, he was not hiding it up his bum. He was hiding it like taped to the back of his thigh or something. Well, you're only 15. You're sort of a magician, aren't you?
Well, that's true. I am sort of a magician.
She said sort of. Oh, do I have a copy of that security camera tape?
Well, Marchie, are you a smuggler?
He won't tell me.
First he plays blind, now he plays dumb.
I wonder. Do you think he brought a cocoon here to sell it to someone? If Margie really did bring one into the country, was he planning on making a deal for its sale? I can't go home.
Can't go home?
I can't go home to Virginia. I don't want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. About the case? What about the case? You wonder why my throat is fucked after the streams. Those noises do no damage to my throat. It's the high-pitched voices like Trucy's that hurt. Right?
It's doing voices that are really high-pitched that kind of fucks up my voice. It's like I'm giving Felicia a razor blades, isn't it, mate? Yeah. You wouldn't have thought it, but these are the voices that fuck me up.
No, honestly. The Zerg noises don't do any damage to me whatsoever. Like, if I went really
low and guttural for a long period of time, that would be unsustainable. It's starting to hurt already.
But if I'm just making a...
It doesn't actually hurt to do this.
Voices are strange things, aren't they? Voices are strange things. He wants to tell us about Mr. Latus's death. This meeting's over. Who's this? Darian? Oh, it is.
Darian?
What do you mean? Visiting hours aren't over yet. There's a call from Machi from the Virginian embassy. This meeting's over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, Piano Boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you, either of you. Huh? He did it. I'm certain now.
Damn it, we were so close, he was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say.
Apollo!
And there can be only one reason why.
Why is everyone ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. This is it. I know who I'm after now. It all happens tomorrow in court. Who do I think is guilty? I think that Darian is using Machi to smuggle Cocoon in. And I'll tell you what my theory is. I think Darien is using Machi as a mole to smuggle this cocoon in so he can sell it to the Chief Justice, because the Chief Justice's son is ill. Hello, Kenneth. You're new here. Hi. Hi, welcome to the stream. I am Shinsu Kosei. I'm a blue glaucous boomer who should know better, really. All things considered, I should know much better than this by now, but I'm a cringe cartoon on the internet, and that is my lot in life, so, you know, we make the best of it, right? This case is a bit special. It shares a peculiarity with all cases 1-2. When you say all cases 1-2, do you mean cases... I'll understand when I get there. Alright, I'll take your word on that. Of all cases 1-2-2. I still don't quite understand. Do we mean like all of the first and second cases in the game? Or... I'm sure I'll find out. I'm sure I'll find out. I mean, bear in mind that I've just come off of my working week, so I'm pretty knackered. No, case 2 from the... Oh, actually 1-2. That's what... That's... Yeah, I read this as 1-2 in the first instance, and then I was like, am I reading that wrong? But no, like 1-2 as in turnabout Mia's legs. I understand. Okay. Right.
Well, this is it.
Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting's over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, Piano Boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait.
I never liked you. Either of you. Why would he say that?
Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice.
Ah!
What was that? Was that the magical banana? He's heard but unseen.
Who's that talking?
It is the magical banana! Violent grammary, I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally.
You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valiant?
A preposterous proposition. How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets will be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day.
Oh, with vanishing magic.
Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A grand grammary glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. A grand grammary glamour? Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. A grammary glamour. A spell. And it lies at the heart of all of this. Wait. I just noticed that. Amazing. Oh no.
There he goes.
You sure seem happy about that illusion thing.
Oh, big illusion's the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. A big illusion's always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants, or the Eiffel Tower. Anything really.
So he was talking about what we saw at the concert.
Lamirar's disappearing act.
And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitars. Hey, Arcade Bro, how you doing? Chinskus. Yeah. You want to hear some chin ASMR, chat? Listen to this. Let's see. Let me... how do you make my name more uwu? Let me just drape this over the microphone. Can you hear that? Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear it? Can you hear that? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is, chat? It's my beard. I've draped my beard over the microphone, and I'm just stroking it. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Yeah. There we go. Do I have a comb to hand? I don't. Do I? Hold on. What? Hang on, chat. Hold on. Yes, I do. Sweet. Listen. Do you hear that? Probably not making very much sound because I oiled it earlier. There we go. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
What do you mean by being the root of all that has happened?
Excuse me. Well, about time. Shall we go? Oh, excuse me, sir. Yes? Scheduled starting time for the trial's been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 AM. Sorry for the inconvenience. Did something happen? This is the first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. Chief Justice's son?
Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. That's the other bailiff. I was right. Darian is using Machi as a mule to smuggle Cocoon to sell to the Chief Justice to cure his son. Oh, fuck. Incurisis? Where have I heard that before?
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guy page to me.
Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Which funnies? Doug funny. Okay. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again?
Machi Tobae, a suspect fortissimo.
Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No, well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
Incurious, was it? That article said there's no known cure. Here, Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law.
Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. No way. So we just had another flashback. Let's have another one just for a laugh. Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in this season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaviners. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. I still have a few flashbacks to go through. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took centre stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamira, and Machi, along with a drummer and a bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lamira and the defendant, Machi Tobaye, had left the stage at that point, and the Gavins were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Sky, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard him too, right?
Sure did. Furthermore, Lamira herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Letus and Detective Crescend talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescend was...
Precisely. Detective Crescend was on stage getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
I have a save. So, I think I've got a theory as to what's happened here as well, chat. Let me cook this a second. We cooked it a bit last time, didn't we? So, I kind of think what's happened is... Letus died of blood loss, but we've already said he cannot have lost as much blood as would kill him in that short a time. It's physically impossible, unless the wound was, like, absolutely gushing, and in that case, you know... Apollo and Emma and everyone be covered in blood. He's been shot before the gunshots that supposedly killed him. He's been shot before that point. The question is when and how. It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lamira was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well, of course, if we disregard her testimony. Then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections.
Uh-oh, Apollo. If he declares a verdict now...
Oh, but Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamira might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention centre? About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Letus's death. This meeting's over. Oh, look, another flashback.
Darian!
Machi was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him under oath.
Very well. The court finds the defendant. What was his name again?
Your Honour.
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice.
Your Honour, before you declare a verdict, I'd like to call another witness. Exactly who else do we need to hear from? A witness who until now has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean? I do. The defence calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English.
We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as, I love you, and where is the toilet? So I can actually tell you what these are in Bulgarian, chat. So, I love you would be something along the lines of... And then, where is the toilet? It's... The defence would like to request Lamira as the interpreter.
Lamira? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? Yeah, just fart noise.
This is most unusual.
Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defence's request. If Lamira lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defence are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamira to the witness stand.
Oh, there's two of them in the stand this time. Interesting. I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with. If you would, Lamira. Yes. He says, Machi Tobaye, the defendant.
This certainly is a first in this courtroom. Not that we really need an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
If I would what, Your Honour?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
And they say French is the language of romance. Oh, French is absolutely the language of romance.
Ho ho ho. Ma petit pois. I will take this escargot and stick it in your bottom. Ho 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 ho. It will wiggle and wiggle in your bottom until you make the garlic bread. And then we will go, ho, all through the night. Ho 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 ho.
God damn, I just rizzed the entire fuck out of chat. You guys are all my wives now. Welcome to the family. What do I want to testify about? Calm down, John Armstrong. Oh, laws. I thought that I had rised you. Chat. I thought I had rised you. Oh, laws. Non. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Fucking hell. You have no idea how much abuse Ara has sustained from me since that case with the John Armstrong gif. Oh, I hadn't thought that far yet.
Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can I if I don't know what he was saying?
Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lamira. Just now, Machi said there's something about which he wishes to testify.
Machi wants to testify about something. What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
What? What? Well, Lamira, according to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What?
This is a surprise.
Yoo-hoo! Victory pie! We did it!
This is something too good to believe, and I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Lamira, I mean Machi. Please testify to the court.
Very well. This should be interesting.
He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
That's actually quite reasonable.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song.
I mean, I suppose that's true, because I got my groove onto a German song called Dein Pimmel, meine Po. And I don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm sure it's a groove. Dein Pimmel, mein Po, Dein Pimmel, mein Po. And Hart walks in, he's like, what are you talking about? Shoving penises up your bum, you fucking weirdo. Oh no! I forgot that someone in my chat speaks German. Shit.
That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamira to know the meaning of that song. Lamira, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him?
I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked.
Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamira might be protecting the witness.
Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would.
Yes, Your Honour. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. So, hold on. So we get three different lawyer powers in this series, right? We get the magic truth rock, we get the magic cock ring. So what does Athena get? The magic Tengu egg? I don't know. Okay, let's get this cross-examination kick-started. What's a Tengu? Oh no. Okay, Cyber. When a man loves an egg very much. When a man oh yeah, the magic bracelet of truth. Yeah. That's yeah. Not the magic cock ring. All right, fair enough. So a Tengu egg. When a man loves an egg very, very much, he places the egg. Oh no! And that's what a Tengu egg is. We're matching Mr. Latouche close.
Yes, after we travelled around the world on tour together.
Lamira, this is Machi's cross-examination, not yours.
But I knew the answer.
This is a court of law. We'll play by the book.
I understand.
When Prosecutor Gavin's tough, he's really tough.
Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latouche. Mr. Latouche was always a gentleman, never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed something like this would happen.
So she's praying. She's not praying. We're watching Machi as well. Got one. See you next game to know it. Alright, fair enough. Kind of concerned though. Hold it! The guitar serenade, correct?
Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me.
Okay. But I could not have done it, you mean?
It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that happened that day, for all those things followed the song lyrics closely.
You don't think we can see Machi's tail without activating the MBT? Okay. That's actually quite helpful to know. Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics?
He didn't know what the song was about, its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by. I told him it was a song about a guitar in love.
It's not actually the guitar that's in love, strictly speaking.
Oh, perhaps I misunderstood.
Ah, no, not really. Yours is also a valid interpretation. Okay.
No, it is my fault. I am too used to singing in Borginian. It is much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics.
Yay, I knew he was innocent.
I believe he is too, Trucy. I do.
What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something?
Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Okay. So, word of Mr. Latouche's death came at as a great shock. If the killing truly followed the lyrics of the song, he could not have done it. Because the lyrics are in English, he doesn't understand them. I think it might be this one. I'm going to save there, and I'm going to try and get him. Let's see. Oh, we can see his eyes. Ah!
Gotcha!
His eyes are shifting. His eyes were shifting. Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamira said the word English. Why? Don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you?
What are you saying? Of course he can't.
Must he continue the charade?
Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all.
What? Give me a break.
Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance?
Well, yeah, but,
I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language.
Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics?
Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper.
The newspaper? But, hold on. Doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamira's ballad. It doesn't mention.
The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland.
I was right.
What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden.
Machi's lying. I haven't read the... Yeah, I have read the description. Look. Doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamira's ballad. So if he's saying that he knows the lyrics because he read this, it doesn't say about it. He's bullshitting. This motherfucker is bullshitting. I'm going to roll this paper up and I'm going to stick it straight down his pie hole. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? Uh-oh. Too much democracy. You might have got a commotion getting ragdolled by bugs. Wait, you were getting railed by bugs? You were getting topped by bugs? You know what? I'm not going to kink shame. That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. Ragdolled, not railed. It's the same thing, is it? It's the same thing! Oi! Look. I'm not judging you for being a bug fucker, alright? It's not for me to judge. It's not for me to judge. Stop it. If the bugs are not big enough, they are. Alright, fair enough. I think I've upset him, chat. Oh no! Why? What did I do? Oh! Okay, that one was just for getting the hidden crystal ones 3 times on the stream, wasn't it? He loves his big bar of bugs. I mean, technically, they're big barra bugs, but, you know, I see where you're going, Simon. Don't worry. I'm sure Ara won't be too cross with us. Yeah, don't worry, Ara. You know, bugs can be sexy too. Bugs can be sexy too. Oh, don't... I've made that mistake myself, Cyber. I think Ara will... As long as we correct it, I don't think we'll cause any upset. But, you know, just to be safe, we should probably post some big barra bugs on Twitter. And Ara will then be pleased with us. They will look upon the bugs and be like,
damn, there's one sexy-ass bug. Oh, I'm going to see this picture of the bug.
I don't know why you have that really deep voice, Ara, but that's your voice now. That's your canon event. This doesn't mention the lyrics. What?
What is this all about?
Between being misgendered or being called a bug fucker, the misgender is not the thing bothering you the most. Ah. Well, I mean, what if the bugs are sexy? You know, what if they're like Donkey when Donkey drinks the magic potion? Those Helldivers, they gave me some magic potion, and now I'm sexy! Oh, wait, wouldn't sexy bugs just be like the rack knife from Mass Effect? Okay. You gotta go, Hades. No worries. We might see you about a bit later, but otherwise, you enjoy the rest of your day, alright? You take care. I'm sorry, Match. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper.
What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes.
Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain himself.
Oh, even the judge is fucking about now. Come on, man.
March, he says,
Yes?
it is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember.
You remember?
He says he heard of the lyrics from me.
What? He's doing the Who face again.
Is this true, Lamira? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself.
Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
No. I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away.
Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are you going to do, Apollo?
If we're going to keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. What's our angle? Is it... Wait. If we don't have an angle of attack, maybe we have a double of attack. Okay. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness. I understand. It was I who explained that the crime followed the song.
This is a new statement. Let's save there. We'll press on it, and then we'll do the NBT. Exactly how much did you explain to Machi?
Ah, this is a question for me, yes?
This interpretation thing is getting old fast.
I told him that Mr. Latouche had been killed and why he was a suspect. And I told him the crimes that they followed my song.
Did you mention any particular words in the song relating to the case, such as heart?
Yes, of course I explained this. He was quite surprised.
Yay! I knew he was innocent.
Oh yeah, we've gone through this. I think that's where we need to put... We need to do the MBT. Let's see. It's not that one. There's a shortcut for the MBT. Okay. Try this one. Oh, it's R. Not that one. Try this one. I'm looking at your eyes, you cold motherfucker. Not that one. It's the middle statement. It's the one where he's saying, I could not have done it. No. He's not... His tell's gone. There was no tell at all. We have the wrong idea on what the lie is here. Well... None of the statements have the tell. None of them. I've done it on all of them. You have the wrong idea on what the lie is here, but I've... Oh wait, is she the one who's now lying? That's dirty. The game's having us focus on him, and it suddenly shifts it over to her. What?
Gotcha!
If you think Machi speaks English, you automatically assume she's lying there. You do? If you say so, I can't quite 2 and 2 there, but alright. That's like a 2 and 2 equals 5 moment for me. Lamira. This last statement is Lamira's, not Machi's. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain?
Me? Uncertain?
Yeah, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained.
I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you.
Lamira, are you indeed protecting someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself.
Allow me to answer for you. Lamira, you're protecting. Who's she protecting? The only person I can think that she's protecting is Machi. Because... Don't overthink it. Lamira, you're protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice, and now you have Lamira lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your 2 lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to.
Oh!
What's his voice going to be, I wonder? What voice does the twink get?
Witness, is this true? Do you understand English?
What voice do we go for? Do we go for comically high-pitched and a bit weird? Canadian accent. The last time I tried to do a Canadian accent, right,
That was when we tried to do the Canadian judge, eh? I don't know if this sounds like a Canadian judge. Ho ho ho! My name is Akaranta. I am one of the admins at Fauna's Forest, eh? Oh, sorry, eh? Donut Hulsen and Tim Hortons, eh? Ho 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 ho!
If you send that to him as a fucking clip, I will ban you myself. Alright? Don't tell him I said that. I guess we're going to have to do comically high pitch. Don't you fucking dare! We'll go comically high pitch then, I guess.
Yes, a little only.
What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lamira.
No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding?
Last. This is last.
Machi, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting. Did no shooting.
So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? He was. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either.
I was in dressing room, behind desk, manager on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice.
Voice?
Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo?
So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door.
Paddle high up. I take off. Run away. Run away.
So it was you who escaped through that air vent. Sus! As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession?
Objection!
No, he's clearly denied that he did it.
I no shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor.
Objection!
The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. It seems I cooked with my idea. Yeah. So, the time of death doesn't match the time he's been shot. It matches when he died, but it doesn't match the time he's actually been shot. We need to get the gun fingerprinted.
Does the defendant have anything to say to this?
He's climbed up, Apollo.
Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is.
Where's this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure?
So, Marchie, are you a smuggler?
He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something to do with this.
Marchie, please, tell us the truth for your own sake.
No. You won't speak. Not to any of you.
So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed.
Okay.
Apollo Eustace.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some.
Believe. And no shooting.
Marchie claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear Revolver close. Very close. Then I hear voice.
You heard gunshots.
Yes, it's true. I hear Revolver, but only sound.
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room? You're going to leave for pizzas. Remember this, focus on Lamira's personage. There's something important on her. Is it boobs? I like boobs. I like boobs a lot. Very nice. And found Mr. Latouche already dead. And then you heard shots? It is not boobs. Alright. If that's true... So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent?
I know.
Huh? What you know?
I know if I open the vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
He killed Mr. Latouche and then he vented. I saw him do it. Emergency meeting, chat. Emergency meeting. Emergency meeting. The vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Huh? Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect and designed the all or something.
I hear this from Magician.
Magician?
Don't look at me.
Magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Marchie didn't shoot Mr. Latouche.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then heard the shots? That one's going to go over well in court. Not.
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says. He even lies. That's what Daddy always told me.
I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So, what do we do?
You sure you won't testify, Marchie? Oh, no talking. No.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon.
I can't go home.
Can't go home.
I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death.
That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan?
If Marchie won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
Right.
Okay.
Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honour. We had a good talk.
Very well. So will he testify?
Your Honour, the defendant will not testify.
What?
Shame. And here I thought...
Objection!
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamara's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamira was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted Lamira dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself.
What?
I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamira? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
You don't think?
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her. Afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So am I to understand that this is what you are saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamira's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. We're going to cover it in tomato fucking ketchup, Jack. We're going to smother that motherfucker in ketchup. Exactly.
If Lamira was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamira's testimony once more.
Lamira, I must apologise. We must ask you to stand again and speak.
You need not apologise. I know that Machi is innocent. And I will do all that I can until the court realises this.
Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that the voice belonged to Darian Crescent, yes?
That is correct.
At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof.
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know that there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know.
And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness will be so kind as to testify once more to the court.
Of course, Your Honour.
Okay. So we have to focus on her personage. There's something important there.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
Okay.
Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth.
Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamira was attacked because of this testimony. What? Drucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there,
You were pretty cool. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness?
Can we? Alright, let's try it.
Hold it!
Is something wrong?
I know I said hold it, but she's saying the same thing she said before.
Mr. Justice?
Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony.
Now I know what they mean about the reckless youth these days.
The one in red over there is a shining example, Air Judge. You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar. Okay. So, Darian Crescent.
I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him, the one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There is no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Is that why? Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. What were they talking about? Did we hear anything else? No need? You were out getting dinner. Oh, what'd you get? Lamira, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us.
I've given it much reflection, but
I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember.
I only heard one phrase clearly.
A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said.
Burger. Nice. What sort of burger? Tell me about your burger. Describe your burger to me in exquisite detail. This could be the clue I've been waiting for. What did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
The shooter then. Daring Crescend.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Switch? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche.
I thought it quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. Bacon cheeseburger. Oh, nice. It's very vital. Maybe we can add that to the testimony.
Maybe, Apollo.
So, if you're having a bacon cheeseburger, I like to get blue cheese with bacon cheeseburger. Like bacon, blue cheese, burger. With a bit of blue cheese stacked on top of the bacon as well. So you kind of layer it. So you've got burger, blue cheese, bit of lettuce, bacon, more blue cheese. Delicious. Fucking lovely. And fries. Obviously, yeah. Take a swig of my water. There we go. Okay. And it was Detective Darian Crescend's voice.
Yes, I am sure of it.
It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Latouche?
Apollo, the murder weapon, the revolver, was Mr. Latouche's, right?
Yeah. What of it?
Well, maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger. Because his English isn't so good.
Darian Crescend is a native speaker.
Oh, right.
Barbecue sauce is a dip. Yeah, that's the good shit. That's the good shit.
Oh, sorry, I kind of forgot who was what.
Press the switch. That's not something a killer usually says to the victim, is it?
Was there no one else in the room?
I do not know. All I heard was Mr. Latouche and the detective.
Okay. There were 2 gunshots.
Yes, I heard 2, one after the other.
That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up. Why didn't you tell someone immediately?
Well, if it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens.
This may be beside the point, but Lamara isn't a citizen. Though one would hope such common sense prevails in Virginia as well.
Lamira seems awfully quiet all of a sudden.
That's strange. Could she be hiding something?
It is as you say. Yes, at the time.
You were in a hurry to go where?
I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I've said.
Why were you in such a hurry then?
Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case.
It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you alright, Ramila?
Yes, I am just tired.
Recall what I told you yesterday, Herr Forehead. Lamira suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. What, so he can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing? Why don't you prove her reason has a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah?
The prosecutor's objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination.
Lamira was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was, so something's got to be hidden there.
Maybe there's some detail we're missing.
I guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks.
Right.
So, on her way to the stage to the backstage exit, she heard Mr. Latouche and the detective. From the small window, she heard a voice say, "Press the switch, now." She heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then she heard another gunshot. There was a smell of gunpowder. I don't think it would be these. These wouldn't be loud enough. Any ideas, chat? Any ideas? She heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then she heard another gunshot. So let's just cook for a second, right? We focus on the news statement. That's normally the case, isn't it? Press the switch now. So should we try and present her with the remote trigger? Because she says she's heard 2 bangs. One was faint, one was loud. Bear in mind she's got much better hearing than everyone else. I actually know she couldn't have if it was the igniter. She was on stage when the igniters went off. Or was she? Hold on. Because she was the guitar caught fire when she was doing that maneuver when she went platform to platform. But what if it wasn't her on the stage? What if she was... Hold on. This is absolutely batshit, chat. Right. But look, there's this passage under here, right? And this was like the platform she teleports to, right? So she goes from like... She goes up, then she goes there to there. Right? Now... This is batshit fucking insane. I don't think it's correct at all. But... What if she's not there, there's someone there, drops out the way, she's here, and she's going on a queue, goes up the stairs, and then goes up here, in like a lift or something. That would take her past the dressing room, and it would explain the magic trick as well. So she would have been able to hear the detonation. So maybe it is the trigger. Let's try it. Let's try it. If I've cooked this correctly, then I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna be impressed. I'm gonna be annoyed more than anything else because it's fucking dumb. Right, let's try it. Objection! Oh, for God's sake! Press the switch. There's only one key that unlocks the mystery of those words. Oh, yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch. Save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens. I have a switch right here. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. The stage? Where the concert was held, yeah. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice Lamira heard? Was there someone commanding another to press this switch? It's a possibility. Oh, her forehead. I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court and the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamira's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you want and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have her forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Sorry. But he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room. But that's easy. That's the headset. Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. Why, that's... What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking? Pfft, he sounds like me. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. Communications? Device? From what I've heard that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited.
Lemira said it's about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Ah, exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be.
So, when Lamira heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Okay. Ha! You're claiming that this is the switch in question. Why did it have to be on this stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on this stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where she heard the voice? When the shooter said press the switch?
Well, I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch, anyway? We don't even know that basic fact. Actually, we do. Wait a second. I do know what this switch is, and if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo?
But we know about the switch, right?
Yeah?
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information, sir, concerning this switch...
Your Honour,
Yes, Mr. Justice.
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Well, it seems the defence is set upon linking this switch to the case.
Don Don.
Let's see your evidence of the link.
My evidence of the link is Zelda. I'm funny, aren't I, chat? I'm funny, right? Laugh at me. Laugh at my jokes, chat. Why would you laugh at me?
What evidence do we have to explain what this switch is?
It's got to be these, right? The igniter. Or the guitar. I think it's the igniter. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this?
Ah, that's... That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yeah, actually. You aren't saying that this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you.
Yeah. Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected.
If my whiskers are caught on fire.
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah, exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right, he got it in Virginia from Lemira. He said the sound was amazing, before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
Hey, haters, welcome back. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Her forehead. Yeah? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by Lamira, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latus and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed, the guitar caught fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me. Herr Forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
Oh, that's right, of course. The guitar caught fire during Lemira's song.
Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
See? His story makes no sense. You sure about that?
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise of my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. Objection! Oh, I was right! What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard the shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Objection! Gunshots rang out. And according to his testimony, March was in that dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honour. He has also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane! Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote trigger igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What?
Order! 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 But that goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honour?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of the song, yes?
Hey, he's right, look! The bullet is supposed to come after the fire!
You think you read it the wrong way. Huh? Look, why would the shooter craft the events in the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yeah, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose?
Reverse, Prosecutor Gavin.
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame, yet her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole way. Oh, motherfucker.
Order! 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 That would explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. Objection! I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. An important thing about this case the writers wanted to mention but couldn't? Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. Darian has been using his position to mess with the evidence. Imagine someone in the police force fucking with evidence to screw around with the case. Imagine that.
I'm getting sudden flashbacks to 1-5, Aji.
For it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes. A contradiction, Herr Forehead, one I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lamira have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right. Lamira's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it apart? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch, and near the crime scene we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter, and last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's slamming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do we make it work? It's the headset, is it not? Because if Lamira has heard him say it through... She has a headset, because she's stage crew. She's part of the stage crew, she's part of the band. Not the Gaviners, but she's part of the music act playing, so she has to have a headset on. I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lamira heard the voice? Yeah. It's the fucking headset. Dickhead. Ah!
A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lamira heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lamira able to hear the voice? The window was open, she has divine hearing, she was somewhere else. We don't seem to have a punishment here if we get this wrong. She could be somewhere else, but she's got the head. If she's got the headset, that's the angle I'm gonna push towards. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it had it been open either, meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Boginian too. As I was saying, Lamira couldn't hear the voice through that window, so there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely. Oh god, it's happening again.
What's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought that you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now then, I'm afraid that you and Good Sense speak two entirely different tongues. Shall I interpret for you, Her Forehead? Lamira clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window, and there is only one small window at this scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is.
Ah, I know that look. He wants to ask us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lamira heard the voice from another location.
It's from the save menu, Judge. God, this version of Pursuit is so fucking bop. It's so good.
Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lamira heard the voice from here. Wait, what? What? Another small window. What? What? Hang on. The vent? It's the only small window-like object there is. I tell you, if it turns out to be the vent, I'm gonna fucking piss. This is where Lamira heard that voice from.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamira was up in the ventilation system listening to a man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. How is it logical? I was not expecting that to be the correct answer. I rolled the dice on a crapshoot expecting to have to save scum. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Her Forehead. Alright, what about it isn't logical? Ha! It hardly merits saying. Why would Lamira be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamira? You've been listening to our discussion here, yeah?
Yes. I admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter.
Ugh. The problem here is words. Lamira, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall?
Yes, it was up on the ceiling.
What? How does this make any sense whatsoever? How does this make any level of sense? Oh my god. Okay.
Order! Order! I will have order!
I need to have a swig of a drink. Hold on.
Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point.
Yeah, well, why the heck were you up there?
I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure I can't.
May I remind you this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard that there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I'd heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter.
This motherfucker! This motherfucker, it's a magic trick. It's a magic trick. This is how they did the teleport. Oh my god, this is bullshit. This case is bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Hold on a minute. I need to pop on Discord just for a second. Just give me one moment. Give me one moment. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I've bitched on Discord to Arahellis about this. I'm sure that they will come back to me and say, ha ha ha, dickhead. And they'd be right.
Bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance, so this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, Herr Forehead. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you going to do, Apollo?
I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Okay. I think I've got it worked out. Like, this case is bullshit, but it's bullshit that makes a very peculiar kind of sense. Above the ceiling, could you be more specific? Give me just 1 second, chat. I just need to check something. Hold on. All right. Counts back up. It's logical bullshit if you've been able to nail it over and over.
I cannot.
Because you're bound to secrecy.
Yes. To tell the truth, I was not supposed to even say I was above the ceiling. I dare not say more.
It looks like I'll be able to coax it out of her just by asking. Heard there was a small window before. By small window, you mean the air vent.
I only remembered I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I cannot see the light coming through the window, of course.
The air vent grate could trip you up, certainly.
So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That is when I heard his voice come from the room.
Darian's voice.
I knew something terrible had happened, yet...
So, without a word, you just let the third set start?
After the curtain closed for the second set, there was still much to do.
You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you'd only told us sooner.
Yes, perhaps I could have.
I see little point in badgering the witness. What's done is done. The mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of a show and kept on singing, completely unaware. Singing without a voice? If only all contradictions were so obvious. If only I could get Lamar to talk. Pressuring her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. You heard the gunshots during the second set, your performance. You're quite sure?
Yes. Why would I lie about the time?
Why didn't you tell us this yesterday?
No one asked me. I thought you all knew.
Ugh.
I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times.
Yeah, you did. But you never told us why.
I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it.
Unable or unwilling?
She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do?
We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it.
But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up there above the ceiling too.
Yes, she could. I've got a theory as to why, too. And maybe I've got the evidence to prove it. Okay, so we need evidence to prove it. I'm bound to secrecy on this matter. Hey Hux, how you doing? Welcome to Ace Attorney. The game which makes me think, and therefore hurts my brain. I think it's this. So, he's there playing the guitar, right? The guitar's now on fire. She's teleporting. But she's not teleporting. That's gone over there. And there's a Lamira over here now, but there's a platform there. One of these is a fake. One of these is a fake Lamira. That's why she's been in the vents. She's vented. She vented. She's sus. Amogus. I think that the video of the performance is the evidence. Right. Lamira sus. Emergency meeting. Emergency meeting. So how was it, Hux? How was it? Did the Orby ritual bring you what you wanted? Did the Orby ritual bring balance to the Force? It was good. Excellent. We'd love to hear it. Honestly, I'd tune into his stuff more live, if not for the fact we share the same stream slot, which is really unfortunate. It brought ponderous thinking. Okay. As to why I was there, I cannot say. Right, I'm going to try something. He used you as the thumbnail. What? Hold on. Wait. What? Oh my god, he did! Holy shit! Dude! Holy shit, I can see it! That's amazing! Oh, Hux, you little motherfucker. Well done. Well done, motherfucker. You did good. Hold on a minute. Let me get the link. Here. There you go. There you go, Hades. That's amazing. That is fucking amazing, Hux. Well done. Congratulations. You have been noticed. You're not a little guy. Well, you're still a little guy, but you're kind of like not a little guy. You're a slightly bigger guy than you were 5 minutes ago. Right, we're gonna try and present this. He perceives us. Objection! Ha! Got it. Lamira, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that scene is quite clear, especially when you consider what happened during your performance.
What happened?
Yeah, it's all right here on this video. So we gotta watch this. I'm not singing it again, by the way. The mortifying ordeal of being perceived. I mean, look. I get that being perceived would be kind of scary, but you know, it'd be like if I got raided, I suppose. You know, if you raided me, I'd shit myself. But thankfully, I'm a little guy. I will never be noticed, so it's all good, right? You know, I'm safe. Shut. Yeah. He followed me on Twitter. He followed me on Twitter, yeah. But you know, he didn't follow me on. He hasn't followed me on Twitch, right? Twitter and Twitch are different. You know, I'm safe on Twitch. I'm safe on YouTube. Still, yet. What do you mean yet? Don't scare me like that, Hux. Perceive these nuts. Hades, I'm gonna eat you. I'm going to feed you to my pet Orby. As we can see, Lamira was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Ah! Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamira is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation, so the only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time she moved to the back of the forum.
Apollo!
What, Trucy?
It's not nice to reveal a musician's secrets, and it's against the rules. But I'm a lawyer, I'm not supposed to be nice.
This is all very fascinating.
Be careful, it might be getting obesity-related health problems. We can use a deep fat fryer and that'll make it okay. You know, we'll just chuck it in the fry Scottish style, that'll make it all good, right?
But how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. Aha! He's just realising his own oversight. Oh dear. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here, we can trace the route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the forum.
Ah, I was right! Ah!
Recall Lamira's testimony from yesterday.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit, a perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
Lamira knew of this because of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew. He cooked. I cooked so hard. What? Just now in the lobby, Marchie told me something.
I know if I open invent, I can leave stage and backstage.
He said that? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know.
Which is why he bound Lamira to secrecy. Well, Lamira?
I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Marchie was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying that you used this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused.
Why's that, Your Honour?
As I said before, there was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared.
Look, we just got a body double.
20 seconds tops. How could she do it so fast, especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice?
So this is where the judge doesn't want to admit it. But have you guys ever seen the film Aliens? That thing fucking shifted through those vents. Lamira is a xenomorph. There we go. There we go. That's a good question. Ow!
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well. Mr. Justice?
Yes?
It's all up to you. Do your thing.
What thing, Your Honour?
You need to explain how Lamira was able to teleport like she did.
I'm cooking a little too much. That sentence is even more cursed when I've realised the truth. Wait, did she really just, like, hop up on some cocaine and just through the vents? That's fucked up, man.
Oh, I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Ugh. Why do I get picked on? It's Lamira who isn't going along with the program. Also, is it Lamira bathwater? About who Lamira is. Wait. No! No! No, 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 no. No, 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 Hades. No. No. Impossible. Impossible. A grammary glamour. A grammary glamour is what Valence said. And a glamour could make someone lose their memory. Is Lamira Trucy's mum? No. No. Don't fuck with me like that. Don't fuck with me.
As I've stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
Right. I feel like a student before finals. Just out of interest, Hades, how much longer do we have to go on this case? Because my voice is starting to go a bit.
Good luck, Apollo.
How many more cross-examinations have we got? Because I think the cases in this game are a bit longer than the normal cases, aren't they? Hold on. You're going to check. All right.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice.
2 minutes, you say. The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honour. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamira is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance.
After this sequence case is over, right. So when we say this sequence, we've got this cross-examination, then a break, then more cross-examinations, then the case is over. Correct?
I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here. Right, okay. Well, before we dive too far into this, I don't like to do this, but I am going to pull us over into the chat room and wrap up there. And I'll tell you why, chat. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my voice is starting to go again. Like, I need to do something about this because, yeah, I'm sorry to kind of call things abruptly there. The problem is you can hear my voice starting to strain, and I can feel like my Adam's apple is pushed up really high into my throat. So I think what I need to do is I actually need to look up some vocal warm-up exercises, and I need to learn vocal technique. So I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow and what I might fancy streaming. I probably will move Sea of Stars to Sunday. I'll tell you why Sea of Stars on Sunday, because Tim, as in Tricky Timothy, is about on Sunday. Sundays is like one of the days we move EBF to if he can't come on a Thursday. And, you know, he said, if you put it on a Sunday, can hop in, chat, and help out. And it's like, if not, have it on a Saturday or watch the VOD. And it's like, well, having it on a Sunday doesn't actually cause me any detriment. So we might shift that and we might put something else in tomorrow. And I don't know what just yet, but I'll cook it. But yeah, cheers for hanging out with me in the meantime, chat. I'm just going to go straight off tonight because my voice is so fucked. You guys make sure that you look after yourselves, all right? I will hopefully be online tomorrow at some point. I'll have a look into what games I've got and I'll make a choice from there. Yeah, we'll see how we go. In the meantime, cheers for the hangs. Look after yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go cuddle up with my wife now. And I will see you all very soon. All right? Take care. Till next time.